In this video, you're gonna learn the 5 most common copy mistakes we see at 4Media by even the highest level copywriters and 8-figure brands. They still make these mistakes, and in this video, I'm gonna make sure you never make those mistakes again. If you just got started with e-commerce or you're a new copywriter, this video is probably not for you. We're gonna go pretty deep here, so buckle up. Cue the intro. What's up, YouTube? Welcome to 4Media Brilliant Marketers, where we discuss everything marketing from strategy to psychology to action steps you can implement right away into your business. If you own a brand or an agency, or you just want to take your marketing from great to brilliant, you're in the right place. Good copy is often the unspoken hero of the most incredible marketing campaigns. On the other hand, bad copy is often the hidden culprit behind the biggest flops in marketing. If you're struggling to make your ads, your landing pages, your emails, whatever marketing material convert, there's a chance you're making one of these 5 common copy mistakes. Let's get started. Number 1, you're not reading the copy out loud. I know it kind of sounds basic, but whenever a client or anybody wants us at 4Media to review their copy, the first thing the copy team asks is, have you read this out loud? If you read your copy out loud, you're gonna find really quickly and really easily a lot of mistakes that you didn't catch when you were writing it. For example, if you stumble as you're reading a certain sentence or certain, words, that's a good indicator that your reader's gonna stumble on that word too. Maybe the spell check didn't catch a grammar mistake. And these sound like really small things that aren't really gonna hurt your conversion, but over time, these little small friction points in the reading process add subconscious stress on the reader. So before you push anything live, just read the copy out loud, please. Number 2, you're not sticking to one main idea in a given piece of marketing material. So I know people get excited, and I do too, when you have a really awesome product or service that you want to sell, and you want to tell your prospects all about how it's going to improve their lives, and you want to give them so many examples showing them how it can be easily used in their life, or whatever you think is going to be valuable for them to hear. The problem is that if you don't stick to one main idea, it could be the most perfect idea that your audience will freaking love and they'll just resonate with it so quickly, but you've watered it down with a bunch of other ideas that honestly probably should have been their own marketing material. And so what ends up happening is, 1, the reader gets confused as they read the marketing material because they're getting sidetracked and they're losing their place and they're forgetting why they even started reading in the first place. And number 2, if they do take the action at the end that you wanted to when you present your offer, for example, you don't really know that big idea or that one idea was the thing that worked because you put a bunch of other ideas in it. So it could have been another idea that convinced them to take the action, but because you didn't stick to one, now you have no idea if this marketing material actually is solid. So when you're crafting a piece of copy, decide on one idea, stick to it, and cut out anything else that doesn't support that main idea. Number 3, incongruency throughout the buying process. So what do I mean by that? This is more of a high-level thing that I see a lot of marketers just not even consider when they're looking at their funnels, right? So let's say you have a funnel and it's not getting the results you want. So you troubleshoot and you see, where is it? Is it in the ads? Is the ads not converting? Are the emails not doing well to get the customers back? Is it the landing page? And you find out where it goes. But they completely miss the fact that the entire funnel as a whole, from that customer's point of view, there are many incongruencies that are happening that are hurting your conversions, right? So basically, I'm talking about the entire messaging. You have to think about it from the beginning, okay? So your prospect started the journey into your funnel for a specific reason based off something you said. So if in the next step that they see in that funnel, if you start saying different things, and trying to highlight other benefits that maybe weren't the reason they signed up, this is causing, again, like we talked about, those small friction points that over time add up and really cause your prospect to work to get to where they want to go. And you don't want them to work. You want it to be an easy process. So for example, if you say, this is the #1 computer for graphic designers in your ad, then in the landing page, you want to say, this computer, is great for designers, or something like that, instead of something like how fast it is or something along those those lines. And then in the emails, you want to try to sell them things that align with the reason they bought it in the first place or the reason they entered in the campaign in the first place. So you might not want to send them a charger or expect an email about getting a better charger to work as well for these people. You might want to send something like, here's a stylus pen that really responds well to your new computer, right? Things that are going to help them be a better designer, because that's the reason they clicked in the first place. So take a look at your funnel. Find out where the problems are, and you can optimize that and test different things. But I want you to also look at the stuff that is working in the funnel and look at the messaging that you have on those steps and see if you can integrate that messaging with the step that's not working to make everything kind of congruent and seamless throughout the buying experience. So when they click on, oh, this is the best thing for what I want, they get to a page, it's like, yeah, this is the right place. Number 4, you're using your avatar's lingo and it's hurting your sales. I see this a lot, actually, like more than I probably should. But the idea is brands want to speak to their avatar, their ideal perfect customer, right? They want to use their verbiage. They want to use their slang. And that's all great. And I understand, because you want the customer or the prospect to feel like you're speaking specifically to them and that you understand them. You're one of them. You're here to help and all of those good things. And all of that's fine. And I'm not saying you shouldn't speak your avatar's lingo. What I am saying is that there are also other customers that you're kind of by default assuming that they know your perfect customer's lingo. So, okay, you got your perfect customer. He understands, but there are also people who may not be your perfect customer. There might be people who don't regularly shop online. They might not know that a blue underlined text means click, right? They might not know the lingo that you're using. They might be looking for a gift for your ideal customer. You want to make sure you're using plain language when you're trying to acquire a customer. On the email side, once you've got them in, you can have a little bit more fun with them and build brand loyalty. But as you're bringing them in and you're actually trying to get them to check out on a website, you need to be very clear in your messaging and your copy. So what I like to do, it's called the dumb grandma test. Okay, so take a look at your website. Maybe a homepage not converting the way you want it to, or the checkout's not converting, or whatever. Look at your whatever you're trying to optimize, and I want you to imagine there's a really dumb 98-year-old grandma shopping for a gift for her grandchild, and her grandchild is the perfect customer, and they would love that gift. You don't want to lose that grandma. That is not excusable. She's the perfect customer. She just might not understand the certain words you're using. So whenever I'm looking at a website in particular, I'm kind of initially looking to see where we can make the buying process easier. I think, does this pass the dumb grandma test? If I'm really dumb and I never use a computer and I'm really old and I don't understand, what your features even mean, what benefits they actually have, can I still make a buying decision for the person I'm shopping for in this example, right? So run the dumb grandma test on your website and see, can I use this website if I, am a 98-year-old dumb grandma? And no offense to grandmas, this is a hypothetical, mind test. Number 5, your copy is not skimmable. What do I mean by that? It's not digestible. You're, again, adding more friction points that you don't need to add. And this isn't about the words you use, right? You could have the perfect lead, the perfect first sentence that takes them to the next sentence. And the second sentence takes them right. They have to read that third sentence. And the next thing, they're on a slippery slope all the way down to your offer and call to action. And, the copy is just amazing. But you didn't make it skimmable and digestible. So what ends up happening is the customer might be, a little bit more sophisticated or aware of your product than you thought, and they don't need to be pitched. They kind of already want it. They just have a few questions in mind. So look at this page. When you see this page, it already looks like this is going to be a long read. This better be good. Basically, that's what you think when you look at a page like this. This better be really good. Whereas if you look at a page like this, it's breathable. It's breathing. You can navigate it. You can see oh, I want to know what, number 5 is on the list, right? And you can just skim right to number 5. I'm not making you work. In the same way, you don't want to make your customers work when they're trying to use your website and buy something. You also don't want to make them work to read your copy. So make it as digestible and what I call skimmable as possible. So use bold font and bigger text on things that you want that are important, that set checkpoints for the reading process, right? Use images that break up the text a little bit. Use bullet points so they can get to what they're looking for right away. Oh, here's another awesome page. And like if you have a designer like this, they'll kind of do a lot of the awesome stuff for you so you don't have to worry about it. But it is something to keep in mind if you're looking at copy and you're like, man, this copy's so good. I don't know why it's not, getting sales. Well, it's probably because they get to the page and they're like, oh my God, I have to read this essay. No. So one way you can kind of see if your copy is skimmable, or what I'll do sometimes is, can I read the highlighted parts or the bold parts? Can I skim and read those, and does that flow on its own, right? So forget the copy if the copy flows. Do the actual checkpoints that you're creating for the reading process flow as well? So those were the 5 mistakes I always see the highest level copywriters and advanced marketers make, right? They're like, I have the hook, I have a great offer, and I have a unique, selling point, and I list all the benefits out, and I create urgency and scarcity. Why is it not converting? It's probably you missed like one of these 5 really easy to fix stuff that you just completely overlooked because you were trying to fill in your template, right? So review your copy. See if you've missed any of these 5 mistakes. I'm sure some of you might be changing your headlines on your landing pages now to pass the grandma test. So yeah, let me know. Comment below, dude. Like, were these helpful, or should I go a little bit lower? Did I lose you at some point? We can start slow, Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. Not because it's gonna help my YouTube algorithm get more views and all that stuff. No. I want you to like it and subscribe it, because that way you're gonna get notified when I come out with really more juicy stuff that you can use in your marketing, or just the channel will come out with more shit and you can stay up to date on the latest stuff that we see. So click the go ahead and click that subscribe. We ain't stopping. Did you click it?